All right, Wayne Bettis here, the founder of the Off the Tools podcast. I just want to introduce you to our brand new sponsor, directplumbing.supplies.com. It is founded by a former tradesman who has set up his own plumbing and heating merchants. He has an online shop, which is obviously at directplumbing.supplies.com, and he delivers across the UK. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show.
You are a man of action. You took control of your life. You graft. You hustle. You make things happen. You are building an empire to secure your family's future. You, my brother, are a warrior.
That intro is amazing, if I don't say so myself. So basically, this is a 3-part series. So we're doing it one part each week, because I don't want to throw it all out to you, because 9 times out of 10 you're never going to take action with it if I do that. So we're going to go through some basic stuff in the first week, and I'm going to leave you with a few tasks to complete, and then in week 2 we step it up a notch and start to get a bit more technical, and then week 3 we focus more on how to get it out into the public and how to sign your customers up. So, we're ready to start. So make sure you've got a pen and paper ready, and make sure you take as many notes. Obviously, the video is yours, so you can re-watch this as many times as you like. But make sure you're writing notes, because if you're writing the notes, the information is going in, and then it's there for reference. When it comes to business, most tradesmen in our industry don't have a big enough vision to ever take the step in offering service plans. They look at it as a one-time value, so £70 for a service, and that's all they're looking at. That's not the case. We have to look at the lifetime value of a client. So even if we did a conservative estimate of a customer, which would be 5 years, that £70 is no longer £70. If you're looking at it over a 5-year period, it's £350. So that's a lot bigger pot. That's a lot more money. So this is where you have to shift your mindset from a tradesman to a businessman. A businessman will look at the lifetime value of a client, and that's the end figure. You can't look at the short-term picture. You need to look a little bit further in the future. Not every client will stay with you for 5 years, but a lot will, and most will stay even longer as long as you're doing a good job. So we need to get that straight out your mind. We're looking at a bigger picture here. As we touched on earlier, it's not a get rich quick. So it's about building a relationship with your client, offering value, and it has to be equal exchange. They have to be happy with what you're giving them, and you need to be happy with what you're receiving. So please make sure that you're looking at the bigger picture, and we're looking at the lifetime value of that client. And in all of my examples, I'm going to be using 5 years, which I believe is a very conservative figure. We could quite easily say 7 to 10 years, and then the figures, rocket up. But for now, we're going to stick with 5 years because it's a nice, clean number and easy to work with. All right. So the first thing I need to say is do not overcomplicate it. A lot of people have this idea of creating the service plans, and they sit on the idea. Ideas are cheap at the end of the day. Anybody can have an idea. It's taking action on that idea that separates the average to the people on the way to the top. So do not overcomplicate it. You can do it as basic as you need to, and then over time you can introduce more complex plans that obviously make more money, but include a few more risks. So we're going to start on the basic side of things, but you've got to switch your mind from overcomplicating everything to just trust the process and let us guide you through how to do that. Okay? This is not a get rich quick. You're not going to make thousands of pounds overnight. This is about slowly increasing your customer base and your residual income, and over time, over the year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you'll just see that pot getting bigger and bigger. So if you're looking to just make a quick buck now, then unfortunately this course isn't for you, because like everything in life, if it sounds too good to be true, it normally isn't. So I just wanted to make that very clear from the outset. So step 1 that I need you guys to complete is direct debits. So for most people, this is one of the big obstacles that they fear. How do I set up a direct debit? How is it complicated? Does it cost me a lot of money? The answer is no. It is so simple. There is a website which is called gocardless.com, and they charge 1% of the transaction fee, which is pennies. So, and you can have an account created in 5 minutes. It does take 2 or 3 days to authorize your account because you have to send a £1 payment to them just so they know that the bank details that they'll be transferring money to is legit. So that's your first task. Write that down and make sure that you do that today, because the sooner that's done, the sooner we can start bringing in some money for you. Okay. So step 2 is more a personal choice. So there's no right or wrong answer to this one. It's what you want to offer. So on my service plans, which there's a leaflet attached, which you'll get, I have 5 different plans that range in price and depends on the cover. But for this video, all I want you guys to do is think about an annual service plan. So there's no risk to you. You know, you're not covering parts, you're not covering labour. It is simply securing that annual service for the next year, and they will pay you monthly over the next 12 months before that boiler is due for a service. So it's as simple as that. But why will the customer choose to buy that? That's where we have to be a bit more creative and create the perception of value. I don't mean rip people off. So what I do is my boiler service isn't called a boiler service. My boiler service is called a boiler service and home warmer package. And what's included in that is an annual boiler service, a gas safety certificate, a full bleed and balance of the central heating system, and a safety check on the gas supply. So all of these things are, you know, they're just frills and things. They only take you a few extra minutes on the job. But to the customer, it now becomes more of a product that they're buying. They're buying this package of stuff to have. So it straight away separates me from Joe Blogs down the road that just rings up and says, yeah, it's £60 for a service. So that's what I need you to think about as the step 2, is thinking about how you can dress up your product, because I'm going to call it a product because it's not just a service, okay? You've got to do things that are cheap for you to do, so and only cost you a few minutes in time, but will give you a perceived higher value to your customer as one of the reasons to sign up to this service plan. One of the things that I do is I give all my customers that are on a service plan a 10% discount on any other works that we do. So the minute they're signed up to one of my service plans, they start to receive a 10% loyalty discount. And 9 times out of 10, that's the clincher. You know, they're like, yeah, why not? You know, I'm going to get the boiler service next year anyway, but a lot forget. So this way they don't forget. And more importantly, we start getting money come in month after month. So we've done step 1 and we've done step 2, where we thought about what products we're going to be offering. Obviously, the ideal goal is that we're going to create more than one product to sell. So we do also need to start thinking about what level of cover that we want to offer our clients. This is really down to you. You've got to do a little bit of work here now. So obviously you can contact me. I'm more than happy to advise and guide you through this process. But what you need to do is you need to look in your local area. Look who's offering service plans. 9 times out of 10, it's the big boys. So it's very easy to get the information that you need. So search on Google, have a look over their websites, see how much they're charging per month, what they're covering, what they're not covering. And you don't have to try and beat it on a price point of view. The easiest thing you can say to a customer to persuade them to go with you rather than one of the big guys is that you are a small company, which means that they're going to be speaking with the owner. They're going to be speaking with the decision maker. So if there's ever a problem, you know, you're not just a number in a call center, you know, you can actually get action done. So don't think you have to compete on a price basis. You have to be close. Obviously, if someone's charging 15 quid and you're trying to charge 30 quid a month for the same thing, you're not going to get away with it. But if you're 18, 19 pounds, that's close enough for most customers to think, you know, I will be getting a better value by going with this local firm. So Step 3 is research. So it's very simple. You can do it sitting at home. It's not complicated. Just make a few notes of what companies in your area are offering service plans, what they're covering, how much they're charging for that. And then this information will all be used in the next video, which is part 2, which is where we will then start to look at the ways we can incorporate the breakdown covers as part of our packages. If you want to, you don't even have to. Half of my clients are just on a service only basis.
I really hope you enjoyed the show. I just wanted to pull it out there for anyone listening that I offer business coaching, but also life coaching. My life is centered around something called the 3 Bs, which stands for body, business, and balance. When you work with me as a coach, we tackle all 3 aspects of life. So you as an individual, body, mindset, health, fitness, knowledge, education. Business B obviously stands for your business, improving, maximizing opportunities, elevating, making more money. And balance stands for for friends, family, loved ones, making time for everything in your life. And the 3 Bs is the core element to that. If you'd like to learn more, I would ask you to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you might be consuming my information. Or you can email me directly at wayne@offthetools.co.uk. I'm here waiting to assist you to elevate across all aspects of life. Have a good one. No excuses. Let's go.